It's the one we've been waiting for. I'm Dustin Abbott, and today Sigma has finally released their 50mm F1.4 DG DN art lens for Sony E-mount and Leica L. This is a high-performing 50mm option that comes to market at a very reasonable price of $850 US. If you want a deep dive into performance, check out my upcoming definitive video review or read the text review linked in the description below. Today we will be giving you a quick breakdown of performance, starting with the build and features. Sigma has managed to deliver a more feature-rich lens, complete with a thorough weather sealing, while also making the new DN lens more compact. While the size reduction isn't as dramatic as what we saw on the 85mm F1.4 DN, the new 50mm F1.4 DN is 235 grams, or nearly 9 ounces, lighter than the original 50mm F1.4 art. The DN weighs in at 660 grams, or 23.3 ounces, and is 78.2 millimeters in diameter and 111.5 millimeters in length, or 3.1 by 4.4 inches. The filter size is reduced to 72 millimeters. There is an aperture ring that can be used with or without clicks, and even features a lock to either keep it in manual or automatic position. The aperture iris has 11 blades that helps keep a circular shape when stopped down. We have an AF/MF switch along with a focus hold button as well. The manual focus ring is beautifully damped and provides an excellent manual focus emulation. The lens comes with a nicely made lens hood and a padded nylon case. The build quality is very high and feels quite similar to the level of the expensive Sony G Master 50mm f1.2. The minimum focus distance is 45 centimeters and gives us an average 0.15 times magnification level, though with a good quality end result. This is the second lens to employ Sigma's new high-speed HLA, which stands for High Response Linear Actuator focus system. It gives near-instant focus changes that are both quiet and confident. I had perfect results in a portrait session even with steadily falling snow that might have distracted a poorer focus system. Animal IEF also worked perfectly with excellent stickiness on the eye. Video focus pulls are smooth and fast with no hesitation, pulsing, or settling. I also saw smooth, confident focus transitions when I put my hand in front of the lens and then allowed focus to transition back to my eyes. The only negative on the video front is that A, there is a significant amount of focus breathing, and B, the Sigma is not compatible with Sony's breathing compensation correction that is found in their newest cameras. That one negative aside, there is plenty of focus speed for all photography and video scenarios that I tested. The original 50mm f1.4 art was already an optical benchmark, but Sigma has managed to improve on the performance with the new DN lens. It is as sharp on the edges of the frame as the older HSM lens was in the center of the frame. You can see from these wide-open crops that detail is fantastic across the frame, even on my 50-megapixel Sony Alpha 1. There is also plenty of detail for portrait work, even wide open at f1.4. Stopping down to f2 provides even more contrast and detail, with sharpness peaking around f4. There is a moderate amount of pincushion distortion and vignette with corrections turned off, though not as much as we saw with the 85mm f1.4 DN. The levels here are just slightly higher than what I found with the G Master lens. There is a minor amount of fringing before and after the plane of focus that is essentially only visible at very high magnification levels. I saw no lateral chromatic aberrations, however. The quality of the bokeh is pleasing, with soft out-of-focus rendering and fairly good geometry and specular highlights. You can stop down to f2 for perfectly circular shapes all across the frame. Flare resistance was strong, with little to no loss of contrast and very mild flare patterns. You can get a nice 22-pointed sun star when the lens is stopped down. Real-world contrast and color rendition was excellent, and the lens produced a lot of stunning images during my test period. In conclusion, the Sigma 50mm f1.4 DN is a lot of lens for the money. It delivers a very high performance from the build to the focus and then to the optics, and its modest price of $850 makes it much more affordable than the first-party Sony options. The GM is still the most special 50mm lens on the Sony platform, but the Sigma is now easily the best bang-for-the-buck option. There are buying links in the description down below if you're interested, along with linkage to my text review and an image gallery. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and let the light in.